the film when the James Bond series finally went off the rails. This $142 million movie from director Lee Tamahori may have received mixed reviews upon release, but it still pulled in over $430 million. The 20th entry in the series premiered in November of 2002, 4 decades after the inaugural effort Dr. No. In fact, to celebrate the franchise's 40th anniversary, this movie reportedly contains references to each of the previous 19 chapters. The PG-13 rated action spy film starts off uncharacteristically dark. James Bond, portrayed by Pierce Brosnan in his 4th and final appearance, is captured in North Korea when an assignment goes bad. While the audience listens to the distracting techno music of Madonna's titular theme song, poor Bond is constantly being tortured and abused. Upon his release from captivity, the 2-hour and 13-minute narrative has him investigating the connection between a diamond mogul and a terrorist who wants to weaponize his satellite to take out his competition. Seriously, what is it with this franchise and weaponized satellites? Full disclosure here, Brosnan has always been my favorite Bond. Perhaps it's a bias of nostalgia because he's the actor I grew up watching, or maybe it's because he's able to balance the action, humor, and sex appeal of the lead character so effortlessly. But either way, he once again excels here. Even when the script becomes particularly goofy and unrealistic towards the end, Brosnan maintains the essence and determination that makes his portrayal so effective. Alongside him are 2 of the sexiest women to ever play the role of Bond girl, the voluptuous Halle Berry and the exquisitely beautiful Rosamund Pike in her feature film debut. Both are quick to disrobe for 007, and the audience certainly benefits from that. Elsewhere in the cast, Colin Salmon, Judi Dench, John Cleese, and Samantha Bond all reprise their roles from previous pictures, rounding out the ensemble with thankless performances. Toby Stephens portrays the English baddie and is appropriately menacing and insufferable with his arrogance, remarking on his dangerous lifestyle. It's only by being on the edge that we know who we really are. Now, I normally don't do this, but it's unfortunately necessary to spoil one of the film's biggest twists in order to explain my next criticism, so consider yourself warned. We learn later that Stephens is actually the same North Korean that Bond defeated before his capture. The film would have greatly benefited from a quick flashback illustrating how he survived his run-in with Bond and how he altered his appearance so convincingly. But not only is his face-off-like transformation left largely unexplained, it's also a bit offensive. Is the thought of an Asian actor playing your lead villain so unconscionable you have to replace him with a smug Brit? This central plot reveal is completely unbelievable and amounts to nothing more than a cheap gimmick. The first half of the feature is actually incredibly strong though. Bond's time as a POW and his decision to seek revenge gives the film a very emotional feel. Plus, the action is well executed, the script well plotted, and the stakes are quite personal. After the 60-minute mark, however, everything goes tits up. Bond arrives at an impossibly lavish ice castle in an invisible car just after using magic sunglasses that replicate the effects of Star Trek's holodeck. Moments later, he has a fistfight in the middle of a pointlessly complex deadly laser grid, and minutes after that, he uses the upturned windshield of a rocket sled to windsurf escape from a tidal wave which has been caused by Stephens' orbiting death ray, which he controls with an ugly Nintendo Power Glove. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. On the plus side, it's the failure of this style that led directly to the stripped-down, more realistic approach the series took with the next installment, Casino Royale, which everyone agrees was a great decision. Besides the goofy gadgets and poor CGI visuals, even the characters are making dumb mistakes, like when Brosnan discovers himself vulnerable after firing an unloaded weapon. Are we really meant to believe an international secret agent can't tell when his own firearm is empty? It's just lazy, convenient writing, and more so than usual for this franchise. All that being said, this movie isn't quite as bad as its reputation suggests. David Arnold's score keeps things suspenseful, the cast do a great job with the sillier material, and most of the action sequences are genuinely thrilling. One of the last true action movies of the 90s style, this remains a guilty pleasure for me, and all fans of James Bond or Halle Berry in a bikini should find something to enjoy. Die Another Day approaches the absurd, but its more serious moments prevent mediocrity. Here are some thoughts from the movie night audience. On this outing, we mostly agreed. Despite the cheesy, over-the-top style, it's still a pretty fun action film. You thought it was good, and I'll score it a cool myself. That does it for this quick excerpt, but if you'd like to watch full episodes of Movie Night and submit your own reviews to be included on the show, please visit the Jogwheel YouTube channel. My name is Jonathan Paula, thanks for watching, and have a good movie night.